So for this one, because it is left, it goes on the inside, we do f of x plus 2. Because it's left, we go opposite. We do plus 2. Then I have my little squiggly. And remember, when you have it in this notation, this means replace x with parenthesis x plus 2. So I'm going to have g of x, and I'm going to use this original equation way up here. You are right. It's not g, is it? It's h. I had it on the board, and then, you know, stuff happened in the past 2 minutes that made me forget. There you go. H of x. Okay, so right up here I'm using 2x plus 1. And then I'm just replacing x with x plus 2. Oops, 1. So wherever I saw that x, I replaced it with x plus 2. Now, the parentheses are important. How do I get rid of the parentheses? I can't just drop them at this point. Rachel.
You multiply the 2, and so it would be like 2x plus 2 plus... 4, sorry.
So you're going to distribute the 2, and you're going to get 2x plus 4 plus 1. So our h of x will end up being 2x plus 5. Now, if I didn't run out of a bunch of time with the, actually, we could probably do it on the top one. I was going to say, if I didn't run out of a bunch of time, I would have done it with the graph also, but I need to keep going. So, at the top of the next page is a review on reflections. If it's on the outside, I wrote the words that you write. If it's on the outside, you write reflect in the x-axis, but that's a vertical reflection. Remember, give me an x-axis. And reflect it in the x-axis, that goes up and down. And then if it's on the inside, then it's a horizontal, which reflects in the y-axis. And they have some pictures that it's really hard to tell the difference between them because they're lines. So it's a little bit harder to tell. But there's pictures to help you. Here we're going to do it using an equation. Whoops. Here we're going to do it using the equation. So question A says, write the function g whose graph is a reflection in the x-axis of the graph of x. So I'm going to start with g of x. And this has to be a reflection in the x-axis. So if you need to go up to the top of the paper, this is what a reflect in the x-axis looks like. Looks like negative bracket function. So that's what I'm going to write down. Negative bracket function. See? Just copied what it said up there. That's my function part. The second part is actually putting in the function where the function goes. So g of x equals negative bracket. Now, this is where I put absolute value, x plus 3, close absolute value, plus 1, close the bracket. Sometimes the absolute values get very confusing because they look like ones or I don't know. So you see how I use that bracket? The bracket's important. Because there's a negative sign outside of the bracket, that means it distributes in. It distributes around plus or minus signs. My next step is going to look like this. G of x equals negative absolute value x plus 3 minus 1. Where did I not distribute the negative sign? I did not put it inside the absolute value. It went on the outside of it, and it went to the 1. This is kind of like a big old wall that negative cannot cross, cannot penetrate. So it just goes on the outside. And then that's all you can do for that one. If the graph originally was facing this way, here? That way, where is it going to face if we have a reflection in the x-axis?
The other way.
Well, which way is the other way?
Down.
Down, like that way. Instead of this, it'll be this. Okay, next, B, write a function h whose graph is a reflection in the y-axis of the graph of f. So we look. Here's the reflection in the y-axis. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to write h of x equals f of negative x. That's the first part. If it's inside the parentheses, that means replace x with parenthesis negative x. That's what that means. So we go to our function. Oops, not g, it's h. Sorry, forgot again. We go to our function, h of x. In any place I see an x, I replace it with that. Parenthesis, negative x, close parenthesis, plus 3, close the absolute value, plus 1. I don't need those parentheses. They're not doing anything, so I'm just going to drop them on my next step. We have one more step. I'm going to skip it for today. I'm going to add it. Are we done at 45 or 40? 40?
Yeah.
I'm going to skip that step. I guess that's as far as we're going to get. You are going to be able to do part of your assignment.